If Jan has chances, you mean to beat Islam?
Yeah.
It's a fight business. Everyone has chances. Everyone, and especially someone like Ian.
Of course, he's the underdog against Makhachev, but I truly believe he have a really good skills to beat Makhachev, you know.
But it's the style that Ian Garry has. It is the length and the reach that he has. And it is his ability to silence out the crowd and not give a damn if you people are...
You go up from 155 pounds to 170 pounds. That's 15 pounds, man. Ian, he's never fought a big, long dude that has a jab, that knows how to kick, that's a longer body.
Move a lot.
I'm always kind of pro wrestling. Like every time there's a wrestler that's going up against a striker or whatnot, I'll always kind of tend to go with the wrestler, particularly if I know their mindset a little bit. But in this one, man, and I'm good friends with Islam. Obviously, I'm not counting this dude out, but I'm just saying, bro, I still go back and I think of some of the weapons that Ian Garry has, and even Ian Garry, man. Ian Garry could take the back very, very well.
Between you and Islam, if Machado Garry were to beat him?
If Jan has chances, you mean to beat Islam?
Yeah.
It's a fight business. Everyone has chances. Everyone, and especially someone like Ian. He's been able to collect a lot of experience during his run in the UFC, and why not? I see him with a lot of chances.
Yeah.
And Islam, where we already saw him getting knocked out in a fight. And why not for...
Many people believe Ian Garry has the skills to compete with Islam Makhachev, but Carlos Prates thinks beating Islam takes much more than simply winning rounds. According to him, there is one thing every opponent must do if they truly want to stop the champion.
Points, like trying takedowns. I don't know. I don't believe this, but I don't think he's gonna do like he did with JDM, you know, like put on the ground and stay on top all the time. I think some points of the life, Ian can get up, you know, and then he needs to take down again and things like that. But I think the fight's going this way. I think Islam. It's really hard to beat him by points. You need to knock him out, hurt him and knock him out. You know, like make he go out of his game. You know, like
right.
Because if he stay comfortable to some punch and takedowns, he gonna win the...
Carlos Prates believes Ian must hurt Islam to have a real chance. But Michael Bisping looks at the matchup from a completely different angle. Instead of power, he believes Ian's greatest weapon could be something far more frustrating for the champion to deal with.
The style that Ian Garry has, it is the length and the reach that he has, and it is his ability to silence out the crowd and not give a damn if you people are booing. If everyone in the arena is throwing their popcorn and the drinks and going, boo, this is garbage, because all Ian Garry is doing is dancing around, popping the jab, throwing the right hand, using push kicks to keep Islam away, he won't care, because on paper, or according to the judges, he's winning the fight. And his job is to win the fight and become the welterweight champion of the world. But of course, it ain't going to be easy. Islam's going to go forward. I'm just saying, Philadelphia, they've got a real fight on their hands. And by the way, the fight card is shaping up really nicely as well.
Bisping sees clear advantages in Ian Garry's style, but he also believes fans are making one huge mistake. Before counting either fighter out, he explains why this matchup is far more dangerous than most people realize.
And I took a great joy in being able to inform Islam, no you don't. There is nothing huge out there for Islam Makhachev. There was, and it was Ilia Topuria. It's now gone. And it's just because he's so good. John Jones had the same problem. Roy Jones Jr. in boxing had the same problem. They say, as a matter of fact, and I was told this by an executive on campus at
Many experts believe Ian Garry has the tools to make this a competitive fight. But when it comes to facing Islam Makhachev, very few people understand that challenge better than Arman Tsarukyan. Having fought Islam himself, Arman knows exactly how difficult it is to deal with the champion's relentless pressure and skill.
I got Islam.
How?
It's a tough fight. I think it's a submission.
Submission?
But I gotta rewatch Ian Garry's fight because I don't know him very well. People saying like he has a good takedown defense.
Yeah, so we'll rewatch and come back to that.
So because I know everything in my division.
Yeah.
But I don't know a lot of people in 170, so I cannot say. But like Islam, right now he's the best, so it's a little bit hard.
Arman believes Islam is still the toughest challenge in the division, but not everyone focuses only on his wrestling. Some experts believe the biggest problem is the constant pressure Islam brings every second of the fight. And according to Chanko, that pressure changes everything for Ian Garry.
Ислам не даст Гэри сделать то, что он делал другим бойцам. Ислам, если его один раз завалит, он уже больше не сможет эти хайкики, что он там бьет постоянно одно и то же в чашку. Ислам ему не даст это сделать, потому что Ислам это вообще другой боец.
Просто я к чему говорю, что Ислам доказал, что он из стойки может перебить кого угодно.
Ну, я и говорю же, да, Иан Гарри очень хороший в стойке и такой интересный.
While some analysts believe Ian Garry has the style to trouble Islam Makhachev, others aren't convinced at all. Colby Covington sees the matchup very differently. He believes Islam's physical strength and relentless wrestling will completely change the fight, leaving Garry with very few opportunities to fight on his own terms.
I favor Makhachev for sure. I think he's just going to take him down and dictate his pace and put the fight where he wants to fight. He's too strong for that little twig, that little cuck that sits in the corner and watches his wife get dogged out by the nutritionist. So, I got Islam. Islam ain't doing that cuck.
Most predictions focus on Islam's wrestling, but Dan Hardy believes the challenge goes much deeper than that. Ian Garry has spent years believing he was destined to become champion, yet Hardy says standing across from Islam is unlike facing anyone else in the division. According to him, Islam has answers no matter where the fight goes.
Makhachev versus Ian Machado Garry. What do you make of that matchup?
That's a great fight. Look, it's a great fight. Ian Garry for a long time has been saying that, he is the future. Obviously, it's his nickname. Like, he sees himself as being there with the belt. He's visualized it, but now he's got Makhachev in the division. And I mean, Makhachev's got the kryptonite for every single person in the division. No matter where the fight goes, he's got the skills to challenge you and to cause you issues. Like, of course, since Ian Garry's, been spending time in Brazil, been working on his jiu-jitsu, he's going to be far more confident in his ground game. But at the same time,
Dan Hardy believes the biggest challenge isn't just Islam Makhachev's skill inside the cage. It's the environment that created him. According to Hardy, the famous Dagestani system keeps producing elite fighters with the same relentless wrestling, pressure, and discipline. That makes preparing for Islam incredibly difficult because very few gyms can truly recreate what he brings. Hardy believes Ian Garry's striking and confidence are important, but against someone like Islam, they may not be enough on their own.
Don't know if you can be able to replicate what Islam Makhachev can do to you. I think you would have to be in the wrestling room in Dagestan to really feel that kind of pressure. And what you got to remember is, like, that room right now, we keep signing a bunch of guys from Khabib's team. They're all like cookie cutter versions of each other. They're all lethal. They've all got great wrestling. They've all got that pressure style with good punching and kicking now. You know what I mean? Like, there's a really elite level in that gym. And Makhachev's at the top of that pile. Like, everybody in that gym is working towards where he is, and everybody in that gym's a killer. Like, I just don't know if you're gonna be able to find the same kind of look that you're gonna need to be able to deal with Makhachev. And I think now he's moved up to welterweight, I just think he looks physically so much healthier and stronger. Ian Garry's a slick striker, but he needs to damage Makhachev. He can't play the 25 minutes of picking and poking because Makhachev will get to him.
The rivalry between Ian Garry and Islam Makhachev isn't only about fighting styles. Their personalities couldn't be more different. While Ian often grabs attention with bold public comments, Islam keeps things simple and direct. MMA Guru believes that contrast is one of the biggest reasons this matchup has captured so much attention.
Let's not forget, these two are quite different. These two are quite different characters. Ian Garry, if the world was run by women, we'd all live in a better world. If we just listened to them and let them take over, it would be an easier world. Do you actually agree? And then Islam Makhachev. This is not a woman's sport, brother. You don't even want to see him on his fucking screen, dude. Alright? Do you think if Makhachev's wife tried locking him out the house?
Ian Garry has become one of the most talked about fighters in the UFC, but not always for the reasons he would like. His confidence and interviews divide fans almost every time he speaks. Even MMA Guru admits he finds Garry frustrating to listen to. But despite all the jokes and criticism, he still believes Garry has the talent to shock the world and become champion.
So annoying to listen to you. I hate you, and I don't like that. I think you're going to beat Makhachev and become a world champ, and we have to listen to more of this.
I feel like what we learned from our generation, we need to make changes to be better.
Fucking revolutionary. Dude, we should have a quote about that somewhere. Honestly, that should be on like the side of a house somewhere in Dublin. That quote. Fucking revolutionary from Ian Garry. Let's get into the Ian Garry files though, because after Ian Garry was saying that shit, and by the way, Darren Till gave his response, instead of giving criminals the death penalty, just make him listen.
No matter how many experts predict against him, Ian Garry refuses to let outside opinions affect his mindset. He believes confidence is one of his biggest weapons, and he's convinced this moment has always been part of his journey. Now, Garry explains why he enters the biggest fight of his career without any doubt in his mind.
As you stand on the brink of your first UFC world title fight, what do you say to those people that believe that Islam can win?
I've been put on this earth.
Be better humans.
To do what I love and be the most free version of myself. I don't care for what people think. I'm sure there are people that think he can beat me. And what I think is all that matters. So when I entered the octagon with him on August 15th
Perfect Ian, perfect self.
in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and that cage door got shut, afterwards, the future.
Ian Garry believes he has what it takes to shock the world, but Javier Mendes sees the matchup from a coach's perspective. Having trained Islam Makhachev for years, he respects Garry's striking and movement. However, he believes the biggest difference appears once the fight hits the ground, where Islam's advantage becomes almost impossible to overcome.
Garry, he's a bit of a weird one, right? Like, he's a difficult guy to fight, a difficult guy to look good against. He's long, he's rangy, he's pretty strategic in there. How do you feel like he matches up with Islam Makhachev?
He does well with Islam on the stand-up because he's rangy, he's tricky, all those. But on the ground, he doesn't. He does okay, but he doesn't survive on the ground. I don't think. I mean, well, okay, he might survive 5 rounds, but he won't get the best of Islam on the ground. That I'm 100%.
Javier Mendes agrees that one clean punch can change the outcome of any fight, and Ian Garry certainly has the striking ability to create those moments. But he believes that's where Islam Makhachev separates himself from everyone else. According to Mendes, Islam doesn't depend on a single game plan. He can strike, wrestle, or switch strategies whenever the fight demands it. That level of versatility makes him incredibly difficult to prepare for, and Mendes believes it's one of the biggest reasons Islam continues to dominate the very best fighters in the world.
Different story, but on the ground, I don't see him dominating. I see him surviving, possibly. So yeah, I could see that. But and then the takedown defense that he has is decent, but not great enough to stop Islam from taking him down. But again, sometimes we'll go in there and we'll decide that we're gonna do this with Islam, and next thing you know, next round we'll say, okay, take him down now, or next thing you know, next round we'll go stand up, because he's that good. So we're not looking at going in any specific game plan for anybody, because he's good everywhere. He's good everywhere. So, I've said it too many times, and I think people should remember some of my back interviews. And if they look at that, then they go, we're not going to prepare for Ian Garry per se. We'll just prepare for an MMA fight, and Islam is good everywhere. So he'll...
As fight night gets closer, almost everyone talks about confidence. Fans assume every UFC fighter walks into the cage believing they cannot lose. But Chael Sonnen says that's one of the biggest myths in combat sports. According to him, even elite champions can carry doubts before the biggest moments of their careers. Real confidence isn't about pretending to be fearless. It's about performing when the pressure is at its highest. With Islam Makhachev and Ian Garry preparing for one of the biggest fights of the year, Chael believes the mental battle could become just as important as everything that happens once the cage door closes.
Ian Garry believes he's going to beat Islam Makhachev. Now, I have a feeling right off the bat, well, of course he does. Every fighter believes they're going to win. No, they don't. That is a myth. There are many myths in sport. There's many myths within our sport. That's a huge one. That whole these athletes are confident, they believe in themselves, they have complete belief in their training.
Ian Garry has compared this fight to one of the biggest upsets in UFC history, believing he can do to Islam Makhachev what Conor McGregor did to Jose Aldo. It's a bold prediction, but Chael Sonnen thinks there may be more behind it than simple confidence. He believes Garry has a specific plan that could surprise everyone if it works. More importantly, Chael doesn't want Garry to wait for opportunities. He wants him to apply pressure from the very beginning, attack Islam mentally as well as physically, and force the champion into an uncomfortable fight before the first punch is even thrown.
Garry is confident he is going to be Islam Makhachev's Jose Aldo to Conor McGregor. This is the comparison that he made. Okay. I don't hate this. And maybe I should take it with a grain of salt, but I'm not. I'm taking it literal because I'm not seeing the comparison. But he's going to be to Islam what Conor was to Aldo. What are we talking about? He's got a way, he sees something, he's got a way, he's got a pattern, he's got something he's going to try, and if it works, he's going to look great. Is that what we're talking about? Sometimes that happens. George Masvidal knew, I'm going to throw a knee. If it lands, I'm going to look great against Ben Askren. If it doesn't work, he's going to catch me, take me down, and I'm never going to get up. But I'm going to put everything into this. Like, sometimes it does work, but I don't want that to be what Garry's talking about. I want it to be fun starting now. I want him to go after him. I want him to get in his head. I want him to rattle him. I want Islam at the face-off to look away. Now, whether Islam does it...
Throughout this matchup, many experts have debated Ian Garry's striking, wrestling, and confidence. But Joe Rogan and Dustin Poirier believe there's another reason Islam Makhachev has been so dominant for so long. It isn't just his wrestling or his submissions, it's the tiny technical details that most fans never notice. According to Poirier, who experienced Islam's grappling firsthand, even a small adjustment in one of his favorite submissions makes it far more dangerous than it appears. Their breakdown reveals why Islam's technique is so difficult to defend and why one mistake on the ground can end the fight almost instantly.
Take Charles Oliveira's stats, and then you say his fight with Islam Makhachev, and you say, okay, well, where's the stats? Like it's really dependent upon skill sets, who's your level of competition, who you're competing with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was a quick submission, though.
Bro.
The stats are one submission to tip, one submission.
Bro, he's got a crushing squeeze. Well,
it's different, bro.
To that.
It's different. Yeah, he strangled me. And the way he did it, I think he, Moicano filled in last minute to fight Islam and got caught with the same choke.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a Darce choke, but he locks it on his forearm.
Yeah.
He doesn't go to the bicep.
I know.
And the squeeze is different. He's pulling to his chest. It's not like a angle squeeze. It's
After hearing opinions from champions, coaches, analysts, and fighters who have competed at the highest level, one thing is clear: this is far from an easy prediction. Some believe Ian Garry has the movement, confidence, and striking to give Islam Makhachev the toughest test of his career. Others are convinced Islam's wrestling, experience, and complete skill set will once again prove too much for another challenger. On paper, both men have paths to victory, but inside the octagon, only one game plan will survive. Will Islam continue his dominance and strengthen his legacy as one of the greatest champions in MMA, or will Ian Garry deliver the upset that changes the entire welterweight division? That's the question everyone will finally get answered at UFC 330. Let us know your prediction in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more UFC coverage.